Welcome to the final part then of GP Racing Dream. Next up, the Aprilia Superteen Challenge, the final race for the teenies, for riders aged 12 to 18. The Thundersport 500 Cup also out on the grid as well. Dunlop wet tyres, certainly the order still for these youngsters. There's Alex Wood. He'll be looking to make a bit more progress than what we saw earlier on when he fell. We just saw Max Cook on pole. There's number 9, Connor Thompson, who went down, of course, with Lawrence Edgley on the exit of Yentwood in race 1. The red flag is being wheeled away there by Dave, and that means we're just about ready to go racing here then for the Aprilia Superteens. Away from the line we go. A good start there from Alex Wood yet again. He's done the same thing as he did in race 1. Max Cook coming up alongside him though, taking the outside line and almost cutting the nose off there of Alex Wood into turn 1. Very aggressive start there from Max Cook. Then there is Rhys Irwin, number 96 with the green helmet, just making a move on Connor Sellers, number 39, who was of course on the podium in race 1 with the orange bibs on. Orange bibs mean that they are rookies for the season, newcomers if you like, and it is Max Cook who is the Nitro Newcomer Championship leader and the outright Dunlop Aprilia Super Teen Championship leader. There is Connor Thompson in second. There is Lewis Patterson, number 11, up the inside of Alex Wood. And the yellow wheels there, black leathers, number 81, Freddie Crane, who is one of a few riders that actually was in this championship last year as well. Around Chapman Curve we go. Max Cook then already starting to build a decent lead. We saw this in race 1, didn't we? Cook got away well at the start, but then just seemed to sort of slow the pace down a bit and fell into a bit of trouble and almost had first place taken away from him. Now in second is Connor Thompson, then Lewis Patterson. Alex Wood is fourth. A few other riders there is Rhys Irwin, Connor Sellers. Number 46 is Harry Phillips. Harry from Leicester on the Eco Roof Aprilia. Then number 24 behind, Max Lofthouse from Burnley. Nice and easy does it on the exit there of Tarzan onto the school straight for Harry Phillips with the dark green wheels, but it's Cook that leads. You could just see here from this camera shot that rain's just getting in everywhere. I mean, it's absolutely awful, the conditions out here. Number 30 it is that leads though, Max Cook, championship leader outright. Rhys Irwin there still fighting away with Connor Sellers, the pair of them trying to make headway and catch up closer towards a podium finish. Second place then, Lewis Patterson, and a big gap back to the battle for fourth then. There is Lawrence Edgley, number 97, Rhys Irwin and Connor Sellers. These three were of course up into second place fighting earlier on. Lawrence Edgley there with a Cal Crutchlow replica helmet, I see. Of course, Cal, the champion in this class back in the year 2001. Stoner it was that won it in 2000. Cal Crutchlow in 2001. And there you see where Cal Crutchlow has gone, because the new breed of Superteen riders wearing replica helmets of Cal. And Lawrence Edgley then at the moment looking for similar finish. He didn't finish race 1, but looking to get himself somewhere near where he was in race 1, which is in the top 3 or 4. This is your race leader then, Max Cook. Max from Swindon, Nitro newcomer for this year. It's not his first year of racing motorcycles full stop though. He has been racing mini moto and all sorts of other things since a very early age. A very well spoken rider, certainly looks like he'll be going places. There's one of the Thundersport 500 Cup runners, number 197, James Froggatt, who's just being passed here by Lewis Patterson, who's in second place. Just up tucked behind Lewis Patterson though is Freddie Crane, number 81. Freddie, despite having problems with his bike, the rider with the yellow wheels there, the wet weather sort of seems to have negated that, and he's doing very well. He's up there fighting for a podium. Freddie currently third in the championship overall with a good weekend here. Could lift himself up to second place, but they're going to have a job on their hands if they're going to beat Max Cook to the championship in 2015. He flies through turns 1 and 2. Up ahead here of Lewis Patterson from Perth. Not seen much of Lewis Patterson before now, but he certainly looks the real deal. Looks very comfortable, although he's just lost second place there too, Freddie Crane. Freddie, who hails from Ramsey in the Isle of Man. And a couple of other riders in this field that also hail from the Isle of Man as well. Well, raced so far this year, but they're not out in this particular race. So the the Moffat brothers, Brian and Chris Moffat from Douglas and the Isle of Man. But this is the battle between Scotland and the Isle of Man. It's Perth rider Lewis Patterson, number 11, up against 81 Freddie Crane. Swindon's Max Cook, who's just turned 13, is the race leader overall. Youngest Aprilia Superteen champion we've ever had, by the way, still, I believe, remains Fraser Rogers from 2008. Wayne Ryan wasn't far off either in 2009. So good to see these Aprilia. You know, we talk about the likes of Stoner, Crutchlow, Tommy Hill, and Chaz Davies, the Lowe's twins, but we don't talk too much about the most recent champions and what they've gone on to do. But you don't have to look too far to see the success stories in the recent years. 08 Fraser Rogers currently racing in the Superstock 600 Championships in British Superbike Series. Likewise for Wayne Ryan, the 2009 champion, who won his championship here at Rockingham in 2009. 2010 Jamie Chrissy Rouse going well, also at British Championship level. You've got Joe Francis, who's winning races regularly at British Championship level as well. Lewis Rollo starting to make real noises on a 600. Zach Corduroy you've seen in the 450s, 2012 champion. 13 champion, sorry, Zach Corduroy. And then last year's champion overall, Rory Skinner, who was chosen for the Red Bull Rookies and is also racing in the CEV Repsol Junior World Championships in Spain. And as I mentioned, in race 1 has already got himself a podium in that, and that really is the place to be if you want to get spotted by World Championship teams. Rory Skinner, young Scottish rider that looks like he's going on to bigger and better things all the time. In this championship here, it's Max Cook that leads, and that's Connor Sellers who's gone down, number 39. Poor Connor is down and out of this race. Meanwhile, out front, Max Cook here having a battle with a Thundersport 500, Phil Stevens that is, who will have more power available, which is why you can see him going past Max there. But Max on the corners at the moment has got him. Freddie Crane is now up to second place. He's dropped Lewis Patterson, who's in third place. And Lewis Patterson's now having a fight with Max Lofthouse, number 24. There he is for third place. In fact, he's lost it for third at the moment. There is Harry Phillips. Harry Phillips currently in 8th place overall. There is Max Cook, your race leader, through the final chicane and onto the start-finish straight. Oh, there's going to be some wet leathers at the end of today. The entire paddock absolutely drenched. Checker flag goes out. Max Cook has done the double here at Rockingham, and that really will help him out in the championship overall. Good, solid effort, that one. Much more impressive than what we saw him in race 1, although he still won that one. But he just fell into some traffic. This time, no mistake about it. He wins from Crane, Patterson, Lofthouse, Rhys Irwin and Alex Wood overall. On the podium there you can see Max Cook ahead of Freddie Crane and Lewis Patterson. And in the newcomers, Cook the winner also ahead of Max Lofthouse and Rhys Irwin. And in the Thundersport 500 Cup it was Phil Stevens that won from James Froggatt. So the championship as we head to Anglesey. Poor Charlie Atkins absent from here, but he remains second overall. But the lead now, 151 points ahead of Charlie Atkins. Freddie Crane in third, Connor Thompson fourth, then Jack Scott and TJ Tom. Nitro newcomers, similar story. Cook leads from Atkins, Thompson, Jack Scott, Harry Phillips and Rhys Irwin. So good job then for Max Cook here this weekend. Third place in the Nitro newcomers, Rhys Irwin. Rhys, your brother picked up a trophy earlier on as well, so the Irwins go back home with a couple of trophies. You must be very happy.
Yeah, we're over the moon after travelling the whole way over, but in race 1 I crashed in the last lap, bit of a podium as well, so a bit gutted, so I'm happy now that I can take it back now in race 2.
Anyone to thank?
Yeah, huge thanks to Aprilia, Dunlop, Thundersport. A huge thanks to Galfy, James Gallagher and Oasis Bar for all the help he's given me, because he's behind me ever since I started racing. A huge thanks for Eve Harron Clifford, because if it wasn't for him I wouldn't have my leathers, because it is leathers.
You've ended the weekend with a trophy, you look very happy with that.
I am. It's my first trophy. I'm really glad. I didn't do so well in the first race today. I don't know where this came from really, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm not sure.
Well, you can go home and have a look through that later on and the results and everything, but you must have a few people to thank.
Just my mum and my dad, Dunlop for supplying the tyres, and Ian Newton, he gave me a tyre yesterday, which we haven't used yet, but I plan to do.
Lewis, a good weekend and a good day here today as well. A couple of trophies for you.
Yeah, it was a good day. 2 podiums, pretty happy, but that race was hard because visor was steaming up, couldn't see, so it was good that I got a podium.
Freddie, some disasters for you in many ways with your bike yesterday, and did you really think that these podiums were going to be on for you today?
Definitely not. It's been really hard. I've had to work a lot more than usual. We have been struggling for the past few rounds, and I've had to work a lot harder than what I think I should need to do. But I got some nice points, and it's made it all worthwhile today. So yeah, I'm really happy, and massive thank you to my dad because he's worked so hard to get the bike going. And it's it's good to be up here. So yeah, thank you.
A double win for you here today. Obviously, Charlie Atkins out injured, so it really does give you a massive gap in the championship as well.
Yeah, I was trying to extend the championship lead. Hopefully, just trying hard as I can throughout all this sort of rest of the rounds and having fun as well. So I want to say get well to Charlie as well, and I hope he can come back soon.
That's it then from us here at Rockingham in Northants. Let's hope for some sunny weather in Anglesey, North West Wales. That's the next round for ThundersportGB. We'll see you there.